Alright, Algebra, good morning. We're going to run over the 3 problems that you guys had on your homework. And the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to create a table. And we're going to create a table for the absolute value of x minus 4. So when you do your graph, you can use any x values. And since the absolute value, if we want this absolute value to equal 0, we're definitely going to use 0. So I'm going to do 0, I don't know, let's do 3 and negative 3. We've been pretty consistent with that. So here are my inputs. 3, 0, negative 3. So the absolute value of 3 is 3. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. Absolute value of 0 is 0. 0 minus 4 is negative 4. And the absolute value of negative 3 is 3. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. So now, when we go to graph this, and the first thing that I want to do is draw in what the absolute value looks like. It looks something like this. It's a positive and negative slope of 1 that meets at the origin. Now let's graph this. We've got 3, negative 1. So 1, 2, 3, down 1. We've got 0, negative 4. And we've got negative 3, negative 1. So here is our new absolute value. And so what we would describe, what happened between the first graph and the second graph, this one went down 4, right? It went down 4. So let's find which one we have here. Choose a statement that best describes it. The graph of D is a horizontal. It's not horizontal, it moved vertically. Vertical translation, 4 units down. So it is that one. Describe the domain and range. So remember, the domain is how much of the x-axis is being used. Well, it keeps getting wider and wider. So the domain is all real numbers. Okay? The range, what part of this graph is being used? Well, it's from this point, and everything above it is going to be used, right, on the y-axis. So the way that you write that is y is going to be greater than or equal to negative 4. Y is greater than or equal to negative 4 would be the range. Also, there is a line that splits this in half. There's a line of symmetry right here. It happens to be the y-axis on this one. And this is the vertice. That's the location of the vertice. Once again, to start out, I am going to draw a good example of the absolute value of x first. And now we're going to do this rule up here, which is absolute value of x plus 1. And so input, output, what could we put inside that absolute value to make it equal 0? Well, we could put in negative 1. So we know that we want negative 1. Now we want to think about a number line. If I'm negative 1 here and I want to be equidistant on both sides. So let's say I go 2 to the right. 1 to the right is going to be 0, and another to the right is going to be positive 1. So I went 2 to the right. Now I want to go equidistant, so I want to go 2 to the left. So this would be negative 2, negative 3. So we're going to do positive 1, negative 3. So let's put it into the absolute value. So I've got 1 plus 1 is 2. The absolute value of 2 is 2. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. The absolute value of 0 is still 0. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. And the absolute value of negative 2 is positive 2. Now let's graph this. I'm going to change my colors to blue. So I got 1, 2, so over 1, up 2. I've got negative 1, 0. And I've got negative 3, positive 2. So there is our new absolute value. So the description of what happened here is this looks to me like it shifted to the left 1. So it's a horizontal translation of 1 unit to the left. So it's the first one. Let's talk about the domain and range. The domain, this keeps getting wider and wider, so it's using more and more of the x value, so the domain is going to be infinite. The range, how much of this graph is used? Well, the part of this graph that's being used is anything there and above, right? So that range is y is greater than or equal to 0. That one right there. Alright, one more to go. Alright guys, so we're going to do the same thing we did before. We've got -5 absolute value of x. We're going to do an input-output. So we got x and we got a of x. And now looking at our graph, we don't have a ton of room here, so we're going to do 1, 0, and -1. So if I put in 1, the absolute value of 1 is 1. 1 times -5 is going to be -5. Absolute value of 0 is 0. 0 times -5 is 0. And then the absolute value of -1 is +1. 1 times -5 is -5. So let's plot this out. Or actually, let me start by drawing what the absolute value of x would look like. Something like this. Okay. And now we'll plot our points. +1, -5. Right there. 0, 0. Right there. -1, -5. Alright, so there is our new graph. So let's see if we can figure out which one of the answers best fits this. The graph is a vertical shrink. Well, this is a stretch, right? This is a stretch because it actually got skinnier. It's almost like you pulled it up or down. It's going to be a stretch. So anything that's a shrink we can get rid of. Not a shrink. Not a shrink. Graph of A is a vertical stretch of the graph by a factor of 5 and a reflection over the y-axis. So we know that this is a reflection over the x-axis. So just by that information, we know that this is the correct answer. The domain, it's going to get wider and wider still. So this is going to be infinite or all real numbers. And then the range, how much of this graph is used? Basically here and everything down. So we would write y is less than or equal to 0. There it is right there. That would be the correct one. Alright guys, good luck on the homework. We'll talk to you soon.